Hi, it's Samantha. I want to stop in to talk about, to express and expand upon the topic of emotions, feelings, and men. There's been, it's such a tender topic because, we talk a lot about us women and, the space to express our emotions and feel our emotions. And that is vitally important. But oftentimes, our divine counterpart, the masculine, is omitted from that conversation. And what is so scary, so real, because it's real. The highest rate for suicide is men. And, we sometimes seem to think of men as, they're strong. And they are, they have strength. But what we fail to remember sometimes, they're not a rock. They too, like women, like everybody else, feel the same ranges of emotions. So I felt really compelled to bring this topic up because what I notice is there's a lack in this dialogue around men and expressing their emotions and their feelings. We often hear the sayings, man up, be a man. What does that mean? What does that mean? What are we saying to our men, our boys, our children? What are we saying when we say man up? Be a man. What does that mean? To not feel anything? That's not true. That's denying or discrediting that they too feel. And they too need space to express and to feel and to safely feel in whatever ways that they choose to express. But men, like women, they cry, they feel all these emotions, they grieve, they feel joy, they feel all of these emotions. And the things that we as women experience, we talk about being bullied, being called different things, suffering from depression, eating disorders, having lived trauma, our childhood wounds. Men too live that. They really do. It's just not talked about so much. There's so much shame around expressing that. And so my point of the video is really what I wanted to do is to bring awareness that this is an important dialogue. How do you navigate throughout the world, throughout your day, when interacting with men? I have 2 boys, and it's so important to me as a mom to always encourage them to express and to feel what they feel and let the tears flow. Express what they need to express. And even like the different topics of life, you know what I mean? I have a daughter as well. But when it comes to the emotional realm of everything, I want all of my children, regardless of gender, to feel safe enough to freely express and to not be stuck with all these emotions, to not think because you're a boy or a girl, to be labeled as you know, you can't feel. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. There are so many men that are suffering in silence. I know this from my personal interactions, but also on a professional level. And I think it's really time that all of us allow space for men to express and to have a dialogue, and how we see and how we interact. When somebody comes up to you, when a man comes up to you and is expressing himself or trying to express himself, to be able to offer a safe space and to not dismiss them by saying, like, man up, get over it, be a man. What the heck does that mean? Really? What are we saying? You're a rock? No, we really need to have healthier dialogues. We also need to support the men in our lives so they too can have the freedom to express like we do. Their ways may be different, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be the same, but just knowing that you have a safe space to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to be held, to be validated, to be understood, to be appreciated, to be loved, to be vulnerable. That's so important. Not just for women, for men, for all humankind. That's important. So I ask you, maybe you've never thought about this before, but how is it that you see, what's your perception with men and emotions? How do you respond to a man who is trying to express something? Is it with a safe space? Or is it with ridicule or dismissal? It's time that we create a new dialogue, and it's time that we open up our hearts and create a safe space for everybody, which includes men, because they are suffering in silence. There are so many, and they too deserve space to express, to grow, to heal freely, like all of us. So I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. There is so much more to elaborate on this topic, like all other topics. But again, it's something that I want to bring to the forefront and to create more awareness so we can be more sensitized and open and to observe, so we can start creating that change by creating a safe space for the divine masculine to express freely and safely. Everybody's to be valued. So with that, I send you all my love, and until next time, bye.